so much
We're live.
Simpsons. So much Simpsons.
We're live, pal.
I just watched Steamed Hams. Steamed Hams?
Steamed hams?
Yeah, Steamed Hams.
Steamed hams.
Yes.
Am I supposed
Skinner,
to know this?
Yeah. Skinner, you're telling me that you now said you're going to make steamed clams and now you're making steamed hams.
Oh. Oh.
He's like, yeah, it's a part of, I forget where he says it's from. He's like, yeah, we used to call it that in somewhere. And he's like, what part of it? He's like, this area. He's like, that's a pretty small area. Just call it steamed hams.
Yeah, steamed hams. Not to be confused with steamed clams. The goggles, they do nothing.
I watched that one too. And then,
The one I watched last night was the one with the retreat where the power plant goes to the mountains and then they go into pairs to find the thing, and Homer and Burns get trapped under the snow.
I was gonna say I just saw the Selma or Patty? No, Selma marrying Troy McClure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you watching on Disney Plus?
Yes.
Okay.
I toss it on every night, and then I watch about one of them before I fall asleep, and then at some point in the middle of the night I roll over and wake up and it is turned off because it only does so many episodes before it automatically turns off.
Yeah.
So I wake up and it's turned off, and so then the next night I just pick up from wherever it left off. So I just miss episodes.
There's gaps in time. And we're here to talk about wrestling.
We're here to talk about the Simpsons wrestling game.
All right, let's talk about it. I feel as if
Game was so bad.
Flanders was OP because he could use God. There was a button you could just use, and it just smited his enemies.
I remember playing it once, and it was not.
Flanders
it was not that good.
Flanders was cheap as fuck. I remember that.
Not as good as the classic Hit and Run.
Hit and Run's pretty good. Hit and Run was
Simpsons.
Yeah, but what? That was after, right?
Okay, still wasn't as good as Hit and
Okay,
Run.
no, I was asking because you're like classic. When you said classic, I was like,
Classic.
But that came out after.
Oh, I meant classic. Considering where we
Classics.
are now.
Well, that and the Simpsons 4-player fighting game, the arcade cabinet. That one's
Oh yeah,
good too.
yeah.
You can't go wrong with arcade cabinets. I'm surprised they didn't do like a Power Rangers arcade cabinet kind of fighting thing. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. I mean, maybe they're getting to it because I know they've done Mortal Kombat, they've done Ninja Turtles, they've done X-Men. Maybe they're eventually going to get there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
But you know who loves all that?
In a bag of chips?
You know who loves all that stuff?
No, I don't.
Xavier Woods, who bamboozled the Vikings this week.
Oh, did he bamboozle the Vikings this week?
Pretending to act like his leg was hurt. He did the old Kevin Nash, according to
Kevin Nash,
where he kept his legs in a wheelchair, and then had a kendo stick on the side of him.
Okay.
And when they focused on Kofi, because that guy's in a wheelchair, they're not gonna hit him first. They're gonna hit this guy. Xavier passed a kendo stick badly to Kofi, and they beat the shit out of the Viking Raiders.
That was on SmackDown?
That was on SmackDown, maybe last week though. Maybe not this week. I was
so
too busy working.
before you came over, I watched the Sheamus, Gunther, Intercontinental Championship match.
Were you
from Clash of the
disappointed?
Champions. No, I thought it was good.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
It was good.
Maybe because I was hoping Sheamus would have won.
Oh, you were disappointed in the outcome.
Yeah, I was. Like,
Okay.
It probably was a good match. I saw the results.
Okay.
I
No,
did
the match
not-
was good. I enjoyed the match. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Two big guys just beating the bejesus out of each other for like 15 minutes.
Two meaty men smacking meat.
Oh man, Big E fucking loved this match. It was just two meaty men slapping meat.
Oh yes, gotta love that.
No, I enjoyed it. I plan on. I'm kind of hoping to at some point. I want to watch Rollins and Riddle. And
Rollins and
Riddle, and I want to watch. I want to watch Rollins and Riddle, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to watch McIntyre and Reigns, but I guess I will.
Did you heard the outcomes for
Yeah.
them?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Actually, the
I
only
mean-
one I'm unclear on is the Reigns McIntyre
Really?
one. Did Reigns win?
Reigns won.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But so this is the cool thing is like they're actually making it interesting, so I don't feel like this whole bloodline is boring. Bringing in Solo,
Oh,
and I'm
you
like,
mean Oos?
yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, Oos.
Yeah, Oos.
Mm-hmm. New Oos.
Yeah, a new Oos.
A new Oos.
New Oos. New Oos.
New Oos.
New Oos. Jangle Boy.
Ja-
Gorgano.
Gargano.
No, it's Gargano.
Gargano.
Yeah, but that's kind of fun because
The
it
Usos
makes
brother. Yeah.
It changes it up because it makes me feel like, oh, that's actually quite fun to do. Because I was wondering when I saw him on NXT, I was like, well, when is he gonna?
Yeah, yeah. He was on NXT, and I kind of had, I thought the same thing. I was like, eventually he'll come up and like join the bloodline. Would be my
Yeah.
thought. Well, one of two things, right? He'll either come up and join the bloodline, or he'll come up and he'll like immediately challenge Reigns for head of the table.
Yeah.
And then you could either do he beats him or Reigns beats him and he could fall in line like they did with Jay or whatever. But yeah, no.
That's pretty
new
cool.
Oos.
I
New
actually
Oos.
don't mind that. I'm actually not too mad about that because if I was mad that if he just dominated Drew McIntyre and was just like he won again, I'd be like, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's nothing else really I was excited for. Again, I think I told last week when we did last week, I said I'm not really interested because Becky's not in it.
Yeah, it's funny because that's what ultimately happened with me was I went and I was like, oh, I'll watch the matches I want to watch from Clash of the Castle, and like ultimately those are kind of the only three I am interested in seeing: the Intercontinental match, the Rollins Riddle, and then the World Championship. The rest of it I'm kind of like whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. But
So
you'd think you'd just go solo. I'm doing a silly face because I'm making a pun.
but don't.
Because his name is Solo.
Yeah.
You
It
weren't
all
just
makes
like,
sense now.
Hey, that Samoan guy is there.
That Samoan guy. He's joining the bloodline.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a podcast all about wrestling. In this corner, an author and a black belt, Kibbles.
Kibbles? What kind of name is that?
Pookie the Wolf is the best.
I forgot my copies. And in this corner, Pookie the Wolf.
Pookie the Wolf is one of the best.
Welcome to the Kibbles and Pookies Squared Circle.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Kibbles and Pookie Squared Circle. That was a long fucking intro, or beginning.
Yep.
But we're here now. And we're going to talk about... I don't know if there's much to talk about as far as Cash of the Class.
I mean, we already hit all the major points. I think the only major point we didn't hit was Karrion Kross was rearing his head in again with McIntyre.
Really?
Yeah, so I assume we'll do a Karrion Kross McIntyre feud match.
Before Reigns and Cross?
Yes, absolutely.
Also, Mysterios might be breaking up.
/ did kind of
Did
break
they?
up? What do you mean?
I
did
heard
they?
that like he pushed him away. He didn't like.
No, he decked him.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yes.
He so Dominic.
Well, they could have.
That's true.
They could
That's
get
true.
back together on Monday.
Who knows? Although with Triple H in charge, I think things will make more sense in general.
Yeah.
No, he low blowed Edge and then clotheslined Ray.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he just flat out decked him. I don't know if this means he's joining the Judgment Day or if he's just like
He's just trying to get laid.
out.
Let's be honest.
He does look more like Eddie Guerrero than Ray.
Well, don't say that.
He does though. He even has the Eddie mullet going on.
Right now he does.
Yeah.
That's just hair.
And guess what? He's taller than Ray.
You know what's the weird part? He doesn't have that mask like his father does.
I know. His
It's-
father has a mask. He doesn't have a mask.
Yeah.
It's almost like there might have been some semblance of truth. Like maybe Vince heard about it and then he wrote it into a storyline.
Maybe.
Just like the Edge and Matt Hardy thing.
Yeah. And
Oh,
maybe he like
shit.
threatened them and said, "Don't kill each other."
Yeah, don't kill each other.
Um.
Oh, I got a piece of news.
Go
Did you
for it.
see? Did you see? There was a guy. They were panning the audience, and there was a guy caught on camera, and he's wearing a T-shirt that says "A better father than Chris Benoit."
Oh.
And I was like, that is fucked up.
who is a better? He's a better father than
He's
Chris?
a better father than Chris Benoit.
That's fucked up.
Let me.
It's not too soon, but it's still fucked up.
I'll pull it up. I can send it to you too if you
Okay.
want to like show it on the podcast when
Maybe.
when we do it.
That was.
It's just a plain white shirt with
no.
black text that says "Better
That's
Dad than Chris Benoit," and
terrible.
I was like, that's kind of fucked up.
It's terrible, and it's not even true because his other son was great. He says his dad was great
So
because he murdered
because he
somebody.
murdered his other son.
Murdered his other son and his wife. Big deal. He
So
might be. Guess what? He's not a dad anymore. He's dead.
I sent this and to a couple people.
All things considering, he's doing pretty good.
Responses were, "That's kind of fucked up."
Kinda.
Yeah, not really a good look. And yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
So
It's like this is how you don't win, okay? It's not too soon, but it's still fucked up regardless.
yeah,
It's like making jokes of 9/11. It's just like, oh, we get it, the meme of how did the building fall? But still, people died. It's kind of fucked up.
yeah.
I don't know. Hey, did you hear that one of your favorite AEW wrestlers is leaving and requesting his release?
One of my favorite.
Yeah,
Oh, we talked about Aleister Black.
that's correct. As reports go, Aleister Black has reportedly requested his release and is very unhappy with the company.
Same with Miro,
Miro?
apparently, which doesn't surprise me. I don't think they've booked either of those guys really well. I think they booked Aleister really well the first maybe like 2 months he was there, and then
Well, a lot of people are saying it's false for both of them.
I mean, it could be false.
The only person I think they said was unhappy that was like legitimately unhappy was Bobby Fish,
Yes,
and he actually is leaving.
I saw that and was instantly sad because I also saw that Kyle O'Reilly had some type of surgery or
Yeah.
something. So my immediate thought went to, well, we just had that breakup, and now we're never going to get an Undisputed versus Elite 6-man tag.
Probably not.
Because by the time O'Reilly recovers, Fish will probably be out, and we won't be able to have that 6-man tag.
Well, hey, I mean, like I said,
Unless he comes to some other agreement. I mean, it also, I can't blame Bobby Fish. I mean, he is,
pretty old.
I mean,
He looks it.
he's like, I mean, maybe it's that he's old and he's kind of beat up and he doesn't want to do it anymore.
I mean,
but
I
like,
could see him going back to WWE.
yeah, he's also not really being used. Like,
Yeah.
it was the exact same thing that happened with, I mean, if we're being honest, the exact same thing that happened in NXT. The group kind of like broke up, or certain people in the group were injured or whatever, and like he just wasn't anything with that if he wasn't a tag team with Kyle O'Reilly and with the Undisputed Era. It's like
Mm-hmm.
nobody really did anything with him.
So,
He's the Marty Jannetty.
ooh, okay.
And I
Okay.
don't mean that. I don't mean that. I don't
In
mean
an
that
offensive way?
talent wise. I don't mean that talent wise. I mean that as like star power wise. He
Yeah.
is. He is not. He does not have the star power that Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly have, and he's not going to because he doesn't really have that personality.
Yeah, I
Like, I don't think fans will ever be invested in him as a solo competitor.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's I mean, he went on saying that he would go to war for Triple H, and I could see him going back to go to the main roster for WWE. I don't think this is technically I don't think this is a moment where it's like, oh, WWE is winning. It's not that at all. Which, by the way, I don't know if you pay attention to the YouTuber Promo Joe. He made a very good.
I don't think so.
He's like a small, mini, bite-sized Botchamania,
Okay.
and he'll do it every week. So he did one where it was the most recent one came out, and it was called "We Are Developmental," and it was like the like almost the gotcha moment of Triple H going, we didn't really want to. We didn't really, have a battle between them on Wednesday nights. He said we weren't trying to compete with them. We were still in developmental, and then it cuts to him before like NXT became big. And it's like we're seeing this as three brands. This isn't a developmental thing. This is three brands.
Yeah.
And this is like, okay, they're just contradicting you. Your words you said in the past don't make any sense now when you're like,
right,
we
well,
lost.
That's because he lost.
Yeah.
And maybe also I could see it because around the time AEW came up and then they were doing Wednesday nights was
Who was doing Tuesday nights? It was NXT. Or no, they switched to Tuesday nights. Right? Because
no,
Tuesday
they were
nights
Wednesdays
now.
only on.
But they're Tuesday now, right?
No, or NXT, yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I threw off the whole what you were gonna say.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's all good. I would not be surprised if Triple H wanted to keep with the formula and keep doing what he was doing, and Vince was the one who pushed for having the war to try to like shut out Tony Khan and shut out AEW. There's
Still lost.
like you can't turn around and say like, oh, we didn't see ourselves as being competition for them or whatever when like AEW was like, we're gonna be on Wednesdays from 8 to 10, and then 2 weeks before and then after they had announced that, NXT is like, oh, we're gonna go live on the USA Network from 8 to 10 on Wednesdays, and then NXT made sure that it started, I think, like a week or two. Like they came on a week or two before AEW officially started on Wednesday nights, and like to me, it's clear that they clearly wanted to like push off.
It's like getting
AEW.
It's like getting your ass beat, and then when they like help you back up, you go, "No, I was trying to talk to you. That's what I was doing. I was trying to give you a hug, man. I don't know why you're trying to fight me."
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, but you already got your ass beat."
Yeah, and I want to say around that time was probably roughly around the time that like Vince started kind of sticking his hands into NXT a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H did not want to change the format of NXT, and the company and Vince kind of made that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the problem with a lot of WWE where Vince sticks his hands in stuff that he shouldn't. It's actually the reason why he left. Boom.
Yeah, there are so many quote unquote coincidences with things that happen with NXT right when AEW was starting up that like there are so many quote unquote coincidences that like it can't be a coincidence. It clearly was chosen and designed to do such a thing.
Yeah, dude, and you know what? I like wrestling. There's a lot of people I just like. There's when I put on WWE, I never go, oh, this person or this thing, and I'm never like, this person's terrible or this person's terrible because they work for this company. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Damian Priest. I love Street Profits. I've been watching more and more, and I like them. There's plenty of people I like. It's not a thing of like I hate everybody in that company. It's just when watching the product as a whole, I just can't really keep focus and be like, I could be playing something or I could be doing something better. I could be working on something. It's easy. It's easier to listen when I'm editing something. Like say I edit this, it's easier to lose focus and start watching Dynamite or Rampage than it is to watch Raw.
Right. Well, I mean, ultimately your sediment and what you're saying is that you find the WWE product as a whole not entertaining enough to hold your undivided attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is saying something, right? Like there can be really good segments, there can be really bad segments, and there can be segments that hold your undivided attention, but the show as a whole doesn't hold your undivided attention.
Yeah. Kevin Owens is another one. When I know he shows up, I'm like, I just want to see what he's going to do here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a thing of just like wrestling, dude. I'm getting back into it and I'm enjoying it way more. It's something I really do enjoy to watch, and it's just I don't know. It's
Like that one sign in the audience. I forget if it was this week or last week. Somebody in the AEW had a sign that said "Just like wrestling."
Just like wrestling. Yes, I remember that. Just like wrestling.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, just enjoy it, whether it is or is not good shit.
That's good shit.
That's good shit.
That's
So
good shit.
yeah, so the Miro and the Malachi Black supposedly were rumors and false rumors at that. Miro had no intention and not at all upset with what he's doing right now. And Alistair was upset, or Malachi was upset at one point, but I think they talked to him about it and kind of, I think that was like a little bit into House of Black forming. But the problem is that they're not even like bringing him out. Like he's barely on the show.
Yeah,
The other two are on more than he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the House of Black thing is doing great.
No. Which, by the way, we're recording this on Sunday, the day of All Out.
Sunday, not Saturday.
We're chilling in Kibbles' usual spot that we're in. Kibbles
Yeah.
and me are both wearing AEW shirts because we're heading right after we're done recording this. We're gonna go watch it, which we haven't really mentioned that much about AEW, which we don't really need to. But
Listen.
listen.
Yo.
Blah. Sorry, we scissored
With
our fingers.
WWE Worlds Collide is over. Would you like to know who the unified champions are?
Yeah. Did he make Papa Rick Steiner proud?
So, Pretty Deadly are your unified tag champions.
Pretty Deadly. Who is that?
I don't know.
Is that GG whatever? Oh, no, that's Toxic Attraction, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the NXT people.
I think that I think Pretty Deadly's from NXT UK.
Okay.
Mandy Rose is the unified women's champion. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance beat Doudrop and Nikki Ash, so they're still women's tag champions. NXT women's tag champions.
Wait a minute. You just named people on the main roster.
Yeah. Carmelo Hayes defeated Ricochet.
Again, you named someone on the main roster.
I'm just saying they showed up and they were fighting for belts.
I feel like that's a way to get people to watch it.
Oh, absolutely it is.
So did you watch, I'm sorry to change, not to change, real quick, it's about Nikki Ash. Did you watch the Fatal 4-Way tag team thing?
No.
She fucked her leg up to the point where if you watch in slow motion, you're like, yep, that will do it. Like, kind of like Ray Phoenix. When
I don't know that I want to watch that.
Not to the point where, like, she couldn't stand back up. Like, she just, you could see it bent the wrong way. And you're like, nope, that definitely tore something because she's having a hard time.
Yeah,
She went to suplex Natalia out. I don't know, one of the blonde women went to go suplex her out, and everyone was supposed to catch her. Problem is, and I don't want to sound offensive or misogynistic, they were all women who weren't gonna catch her. They did not do a good job of catching her. Her leg, it just went. It whipped faster than the rest of her body, so it got kind of caught under somebody else. So like it happened so fast, but you could see like it like bends the wrong way, and then like not like disgusting, but like you could tell she fell on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like that thing of like, yeah, no one really supported her whole body, It was more of like they just caught her torso, and then her legs went past them. So it was like really bad. Out on the ring. Like it was out of the ring.
Okay.
A suplex from the top rope outside the ring. So yeah, it was not good. But yeah, go ahead with the rest of.
Not good.
I was like, oh, that's gross.
I said Carmelo Hayes beat Ricochet, and Braun Breaker unified the championships.
Hooray. Hooray. We already did our all-out predictions. So
Which the only reason I would, at least in my head, the main reason if they had Breaker lose would be because they're moving him to the main roster. But I don't know that I don't know. I think he could be fine in
By
NXT
the way,
for a while.
I was watching an interview, and I found out something very interesting. That if Rhea Ripley either wins, which one has she had before, the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship?
I think she's had the Raw.
Okay. Are you sure? I feel like she said blue.
I don't know. She had one of them. What the fuck does it matter?
Kibbles did his arms up in the air. Is like, I don't know.
What the fuck does it matter?
Anyway, whichever one she hasn't had, if she gets that, she's a Grand Slam champion, and probably gonna be the only female one ever because the NXT is not gonna be available. Like the NXT Women's Title won't be there anymore because the UK NXT, sorry, the UK NXT Women's Title won't be around anymore.
Oh, I was very confused for a moment because
I forgot to keep saying UK.
Because I was like, no, Charlotte has done it, and so is Sasha,
No.
and
They haven't.
I
had
think
the
so is
UK,
Bayley.
The NXT UK Women's Title. She's had the NXT UK title. She's had I'm guessing the NXT Women's Title. Point is, she's had all of them. If she gets the Raw, one of the other ones she hasn't had yet.
But has she had the tag team championships?
Yes. Didn't she have them with Liv?
I don't think they ever won the championships.
Maybe not. I thought she did.
So she'd just be Grand Slam for singles championships, not
Well,
Grand
yeah.
Slam for. Because usually for the men, it's Grand Slam
Well,
when
has
you
she
win
had the
all of the
Grand
belts.
Slam tag team? UK?
No.
I keep fucking forgetting to put UK in there. Otherwise,
So
my
so
brain
the
just
reason,
stops.
The reason I ask is because, at least for the men, when
Yeah.
they call them Grand Slam champions, it's because
It's
they've
all
held
of
the
them.
tag titles, the
And
individual
the
titles,
cruiserweight.
and the cruiserweight.
Is Rey Mysterio Grand
Well,
Slam
no,
champion?
they've won the titles that are available for them to win.
Is Rey Mysterio the Grand Slam champion?
Yeah, sure,
Has he won the hardcore title
probably not.
when it was cool?
Maybe, I don't know.
When they used golf carts and
No,
fought into
because
the
I think the
arenas?
hardcore title was gone by the time he came to WWE.
that can't be true.
He didn't come to WWE until after the
But it was still a thing.
was it?
I'm gonna look it up.
He came
you
in
go ahead and bring up something else.
2002 or something, and
Nah.
and that was that. So, I don't know. So, there were a bunch of awesome figure reveals
I
and
know, you're really
lineups
excited about that.
announced at the All Out Fan Fest. I put my pre-order in for. They announced a ringside exclusive for Excalibur, so I put my pre-order in for that. So now I have JR, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone all pre-ordered. They also put Unrivaled Series 11 up for pre-order. The only person from that I pre-ordered was Adam Cole.
Baby.
I think because I have everybody else, and I'm not the only other person I was kind of interested in getting was Darby Allin. There's kind of part of me that wants to get who wants to get the Darby Allin figures when they become available because they always do different paint and stuff because they do it based on events and stuff. So there's part of me that's like, I want to get all the Darby Allins because he has different face paint on all of them, and he's just like to me he's kind of the only AEW figure that like I would want to collect more than one of.
See, CM Punk is one for me.
See, I guess it depends on the outfits.
I want the old school like Ring of Honor CM Punk.
So that
I saw
is
that.
yeah.
looked
So
fucking
that's
awesome.
that's Supreme,
That's
the
a
Supreme collection. Yeah, because he'll come with
Are you sure? I thought I saw two of them.
yeah, so the Supreme collection comes with like he'll have multiple like pants. Like he'll have his pants and then the shorts, and he comes with the Ring of Honor jacket he wore out to the ring, or the Best in the World shirt. Like they come with multiple like detachable outfits and stuff in the Supreme collection.
Yeah, but this is the one I'm talking about where he has blonde hair.
Oh, I thought
blonde-haired
you
one.
meant okay.
Like Ring of Honor.
Okay, yes. I would get that because that's a completely different Punk.
Here's a weird fact. Rey Mysterio's real name is Oscar. I didn't know that.
Did not know that.
And he debuted in... That doesn't seem right. That's definitely not right.
So,
Sorry.
they did announce a CM Punk Supreme figure where he's going to wear the outfit that he wore for the dog collar match.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
sorry, let me end this real quick.
Yep.
Rey Mysterio debuted the same year as they got rid of the hardcore title. So yeah, he must
That
have
makes
never
sense.
got it. It didn't make any sense, but they said they merged it with the Intercontinental title. I'm like,
Yes.
that's not the same title. Though.
That's what they did, though.
That's
They were
fucking
doing a
weird.
bunch of mergers. They merged the Intercontinental and the European, and then they merged the Intercontinental and they had a bunch of belts, and they were like trying to get rid of belts.
Do you
So they
remember who
did
the last
merger championships.
hardcore champion was? You can say his name with your thumbs.
Oh, Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Big old pothead.
Here you go. So
Go ahead. Sorry.
the Unrivaled 11 is Penelope Ford,
Woo!
Adam Cole, Kip Sabian, Jungle Boy,
Jangle
Boy. Chris Jericho, and his outfit is the outfit they wore for the first War Games match. So I think he's the last one to have that outfit. So if you wanted to collect all of
War
them in those
Games.
outfits. And then Darby
War
Allin.
Games. Wait, War Games? You mean
Oh, Blood and
Blood and
Guts.
Guts? I was like, wait a minute.
So then this is the Darby Allin figure.
Darby Allin.
And I was like I said, I feel
It's
like
a
Darby
full
Allin's Darby Allin's the only one that I would like want to get all of the figures of because he's a different outfit
that's
for
kind
all
of
of
the
them.
problem with a lot of the AEW figures because they are based in a outfit from a certain point.
And I actually really like that about
No,
them.
yeah, I like it too. I'm saying it's bad money wise because I'm spending money
yeah.
to get different outfits. Like I spent money to get the Nyla Rose Chase because I love Deathstroke and I think that's fucking badass. Mine does that too sometimes. We're just like, hey, you want to go back up to the top?
What the fuck? What the fuck, Instagram?
Um,
What else? They showed off the CM Punk when he returned to Chicago, a ringside exclusive. I pre-ordered that.
First Dance.
Yeah. It has like special box and stuff.
We thought last week was his last dance.
Yeah, we weren't sure. They announced Amazon exclusives. So Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express, they're all 2-packs. Jurassic Express went up for pre-order yesterday, and I think Darby Allin Sting went up for pre-order yesterday. Darby
Yeah.
Allin Sting 2-pack.
I don't know if I would buy a Darby Allin. See, the problem is like I don't think I'd buy a Darby Allin, and if I did, I already have Sting. And I
Okay.
already have the Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express.
Same.
I have the green pack.
Yeah.
Big thing.
So then they announced, so those two went up for pre-order, and then they said that there were more Amazon exclusive 2-packs coming. They announced 3 of them. First one is Jade Cargill and Britt Baker as the champions. So they're the 2 women's champions, so they are a 2-pack. Hookhausen,
I want to get that.
and the other one was Blackpool Combat Club, Moxley and Bryan Danielson. So I'm kind of hoping that the Hookhausen pack comes out before the individual figures for Hook and Danhausen, and I'll just get the 2-pack instead of buying the individual figures.
Same thing. Because I'll definitely buy Hook with Danhausen, but I don't know if I'll buy Hook by himself.
I will.
Hook by himself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I want
Just
Hook.
fucking
Partially because I want
get
Hookhausen.
a fucking normal wrestler and then put a fucking Tom Holland head on him. And just
Tom
messes
Holland.
and just put Play-Doh on his hair. Make it all look like it's stuck up. Sticks up.
All stuck up.
His face looks like Tom Holland. His hair doesn't, but
He does.
so yeah, I'm definitely going to. I'm actually buying probably 3 of them next day tomorrow
Oh.
because Ringside's doing that Labor Day sale. I'm probably gonna buy the Best Friends and Powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
I realize it's like both of these are me stuttering.
Yeah. Okay, so the old CM Punk is Unmatched Collection
Yeah,
Series 8.
I saw that one. I was like, I want that.
So here's the thing, right? Like that's Unmatched, and this I was texting you about, right? This is Unmatched Series 8. They only have up to Series 5 for pre-order on the website, and I think Series 5 is supposed to come out in October or November. Like they're supposed to ship it out. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, it seems like there's like 2 months roughly in between. So like in my head, I was like, until like the CM Punk. It's gonna be like six to like 9 months before I can order this CM Punk.
Kibble's texted me at 12 about this, and it's been driving him crazy for 6
It
hours.
is. I think partially because I started looking at some of the figures. Like
They are really cool. Like I want a lot of them now. Like I
Yeah.
want the new Chris and I want the new
the
Trent,
new Chris, yeah. Well, that and then here was the other thing.
Keith Lee,
Fucking-
Strickland.
They're in Unrivaled 14, which Unrivaled 11 just went on pre-order. Is Keith Lee?
Is that another Ricky Starks?
Yes.
Fuck.
Another Ricky Starks. And another
ooh,
Powerhouse.
Ooh, they need to get Powerhouse in the overalls.
I agree.
That should be that one.
I hope so.
That'd be cool.
So here's the annoyance. We don't get the Acclaimed until Unrivaled 15. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
That one also has Ethan Page.
Yeah, definitely will probably buy an Ethan Page.
And I think I'll
And
get a
Pac.
Joe.
Pack with a mask on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll wait on the pack to see what it
definitely-
looks like.
And I definitely want a Jade Cargill, but I'm like, it's got to be the right one.
Yeah, here it is. Supreme, CM Punk, and Thunder Rosa is Series 4.
I feel like these guys, it's fun to watch, but like I want people that have been, like I want good. By the way, I'm most likely getting that Thunder Rosa Blood and Guts one.
But I was wondering if you were going to get that Thunder Rosa one.
Yeah, probably. And it's not because I like Thunder Rosa, it's because I have the Britt Baker one.
Oh, the Lights
So,
Out Britt
like,
Baker one.
If I get both of them, that'd be fucking sick.
That would be sick. Yeah.
Plus, I
there's-
like Thunder Rosa's outfit in that. It's like very like Aquaman green
Yeah.
lizard looking.
There was one set that's almost all that's almost all Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, there
it was
the
like
Yuta-
Moxley. It's Moxley, Claudio, Yuta, Regal, Brian, and then a woman. I think. Like I think it's them 5 and then a woman.
It's a woman.
I'm about to like look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's there's a lot of stuff I do want. I mean, that group. That's why I was gonna buy because I finally am getting the best friends. It's been forever.
Yeah, I need to open the best friends.
You have them.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. Like when I started, because when Trent came back, I wasn't aware of him. I was only aware of Wheeler Yuta and Chuck Taylor.
Because he was
And-
out.
And then I was like, oh, this guy's way cooler. And then I liked Roppongi Vice because I like Trent more than I like anybody. So I was like, oh, cool. Roppongi Vice is cool too.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Talk about fucking random. It's all the Blackpool Combat Club. The woman is Tony Storm, and then for some reason, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Alex
Oh my
Reynolds.
God, Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds. And then for some reason, Alex Reynolds is in that set.
Well, yeah, Alex Reynolds never got his own.
But why the fuck is he in an all
It's
Blackpool
not about
Combat
the
Club
set. It's about
figure?
the fact that they're finishing the Dark Order stuff. People who have the Dark Order stuff.
I
You know
guess
what?
so.
I'll probably buy Alex Reynolds before I buy any of those other people
No, fuck that.
because I have John Silver and
That
I
makes
want
sense,
Alex
that makes
Reynolds.
sense. I don't know. I guess because I'm looking and I'm like,
I don't have Stu Grayson.
I don't
though.
need another.
I don't have Stu Grayson and I don't have God, that was what came to my head was the worst. I don't have John Huber. Brody Lee.
Brody Lee.
I was about to say the dead one. I'm like, that's fucked up. I don't want to say that.
I don't know. I guess because I'm looking, I'm like, look, there's Adam Cole in Unrivaled 11, and then like
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole's in Unmatched 9. And I'm like, oh, there's the Young Bucks again, and Kenny Omega. I'm like, I don't need these guys.
Outfits. Wait, who was the woman in that one?
Britt Baker.
I can't really tell from.
Oh, sorry,
It
it's
just
Britt
looks
Baker.
like faces.
You want Abby Debbie Don?
I might get it. I still love when I explain to Bones. I was like, "Do you like Abaddon?" He goes, "Who's that?" I don't know who that guy is. I'm like, "That's a girl."
It's
He
a
goes,
girl.
and I go, "She's like a scary kind of character." He goes, "Okay," and I send him a picture. He's like, "Oh no, I don't like that at all." He's like, "That's scary."
I have 2 Brody Lees. I have the first figure, and then I have the one with him and his son.
As scary as Abaddon is, she's got nice cleavage.
Yes.
Should I have not have said that?
I don't know.
Should do you not?
There's a-
Hold on. Do you not know about the cleavage, or do you not know if I should have said that or not?
said it.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just
The fuck do I know?
Whenever you say something inappropriate, you do that. There's a joke from Aqua Teen where he goes, Meatwad is telling, because it was right around the time the movie came out, and he's telling these stories about how they're showing like bonus footage on an episode, just a normal episode. Like, hey, go watch the movie. This is what you'll see. And so he goes, I remember the security guard took me in the back and he told me this is how you don't touch people. And then Shake's like, he goes, should I not have said that? Just something. Whenever you say something, I'll go, oh, should I have not have said that? Anywho, Meatloaf was molested. Anyway.
Prediction question.
Oh,
do you think we have a one-on-one match, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom in January?
Sure.
So Wrestle Kingdom is New Japan's like WrestleMania. And it's
That'd be good.
January. The reason why I ask is because there was like that whole promo off thing that happened after Dynamite went off the air.
Where he beat the shit
2
out of
weeks?
him?
No, so that was this week. The week before, they were like talking trash about each other.
Oh yeah, well that's that. Okay, yeah. But I'm saying it was more of like a.
And then after Dynamite,
week.
Dynamite went off the air, they beat him up, and I was like, is there a reason why they're doing all this off the air and putting it on YouTube? Like, maybe they're gonna.
Because you don't ever stop the gimmick, son.
Maybe they're gonna have these two guys go at each other at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's what Rocky Johnson used to tell his son. He said, "Don't ever stop the gimmick.
Don't ever stop the gimmick.
Keep the gimmick going."
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
By the way, a lot of the stories that they tell, it seems like Rocky Johnson was a bit of a piece of shit. And
I mean, maybe it was. I don't know.
Not in the way of like being rude, but like in the way of like he was so positive that when things didn't go well, he was just like, we'll figure it out. It's like, you can't just say we'll figure it out and have it work, Dad. So yeah, stuff like that where he would like
maybe
push for his dream so much that it like didn't always work out that well. So like even Rock said, he's like, sometimes my like it's not a perfect, like the Rock doesn't keep it completely perfect. Like his family was wonderful and nothing ever went wrong. Like it holds a lot of like stress and points of the plot where it's just like, yeah, this is
one of the writers for Young Rock is Brian Gewirtz.
Is it?
Yeah, who wrote a book that came out recently.
I know you keep talking about it.
He also wrote for WWE for, I think it was like 16 years.
Do you work for this guy?
I wish I did. I'd probably be much richer. Although maybe I wouldn't. I don't know.
You hear that? Gibbles is rich. He just said much richer, which
Much
means he's
richer.
already rich. Fucking asshole here. So yeah, do you think? Speaking of which, do you think that is the one man to ruin the bloodline from within?
I don't know.
The
That's a good
Brahma Bull
question.
coming in, whooping all the Usos and Rikishi's sons.
Well, so I mean, you keep hearing all these rumors about that's what they want. They want to do The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
I would love to see him just whoop ass like he used to.
Yeah.
Just kill. Just beat the shit out of all four of them in the ring. That would be cool.
Perhaps lay it the smacker down.
God damn it, they got me sold on that premise. But they have to do it. Like, he has to be all in. You can't just be like, I'll stop by, do some shit, be on the Titantron for a couple days and just talk about how I'm coming to beat Roman Reigns. Be all in for whatever time period that this feud's going to happen.
Well, so that's the thing, right? So if it's something as big as The Rock and he's coming in to fight Roman Reigns, it's only going to happen at WrestleMania. So,
Yeah,
like,
no,
there's
that's
no
what I'm saying.
Rock until after
But
Rumble.
I'm saying that, like, with him and Cena was disappointing because it was like he would cut these promos where he's, like, not in the arena or wouldn't do anything until a pay-per-view. Like, he did that one tag match with him and versus R-Truth and Miz, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this
So
is
you like the second go around better?
kinda.
Because the second go around he had the two matches with CM Punk,
Didn't he have the title?
and yeah, he was the champion.
Yeah, that wasn't the best of times for Mr. Punk.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
People are excited for like this Punk Moxley match.
I'm excited for it.
But I'm excited, but like there wasn't much build up for it. It was just like a
Yeah, yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bit of an odd story that they told. I mean, I feel like they did a great job with like the Punk return like promo, because like there's part of me that was like, all right, Punk got his ass whooped, so like, what are they really gonna do that's gonna get like me excited for this match? Like, it's not like he got his ass whooped and then he like came back like 2 or 3 months later for the rematch and is talking about how he's 100%. Like, it's different. They're kind of like doing it 2 weeks later.
You know what
So
you know what I don't like about it? It's the fact that they're playing to the concept of working Chicago into it.
okay.
You know what I mean? That kind of annoys me because it's like it feels like it's like, oh, we're working this gimmick because it's Chicago. Like,
Yeah,
we're
understandable.
Chicago strong.
Understandable. I will say that I think it makes more sense to have. I do think it makes more sense for them to have done what they did, to have a pay-per-view rematch, as opposed to if they went out there and had a like 20-minute match and one of them won, and then somehow you're gonna like try to sell me on like a pay-per-view match,
Shit.
and you're gonna try to sell me on a pay-per-view match that's a few like 2 weeks later. Like, ultimately, I think they made a good choice in storytelling format. In storytelling format, as opposed to, what they're doing.
This was the meme that I
don't know.
wanted to show you. The Joker, and the title was "I Don't Even Care."
Oh,
People are excited for Eddie Kingston versus Tanahashi.
yeah,
I like Tanahashi.
yeah.
I like Miro Suzuki better, but Miro Suzuki looks scary.
Very scary.
Do you think he looks like he got into a fight with that little shaver that Stan Lee uses on Thor in the third movie? Like, it all fucks up his head.
Yeah,
Because he's got waves. He's got mad waves.
you got mad waves.
Mad waves. So, yeah. What was the other controversy I wanted to bring up this week?
I don't know.
Triple H doing stuff. People upset in AEW when they're really not.
Here's the thing, right? Like, maybe the specific people that they talked about.
That wasn't even me. That was you.
Yeah, maybe the specific people that they talked about aren't really actually upset, but I have no doubt that there are people upset about their position
I'm sure.
in AEW. There's no doubt.
I don't know.
Like,
I like it. I like what everything is happening.
I mean, it's an ultra competitive environment. There's going to be somebody who thinks they're being underutilized.
But you know what? The person that made that kind
better
of shit ultra competitive was the guy who they kicked out just recently in the other company that isn't there anymore. I don't think it has to be ultra competitive, just like wrestling.
No, I'm talking about from
AEW?
I'm talking about from a performer aspect. It's incredibly competitive. You want to be doing your best at all times. You want TV time, so that way you can try to connect with the fans in whatever way you need to. And if you're not being utilized to what you feel is your full potential, then you're going to be a little disgruntled. It doesn't mean that you're like so disgruntled you're going to walk out. It doesn't mean you're pissed off. It doesn't mean you're going to like when you leave the company, it doesn't mean you're going to do a shoot interview where you bury the fuck out of the company.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. People like wrestling.
That has nothing to do with the competitors, though.
What do you mean?
The people who are wrestling.
Uh-huh.
It's an ultra competitive environment, and I guarantee you some of them are upset about how they're being
worried about
booked.
TV time.
Correct.
Do you think Kenny Omega needed TV time to become what he is? Kenny Omega. People knew who Kenny Omega was before he had AEW. Is what I'm saying.
Right. But
you're
now signed to. But he's not, but at that time he was not signed to an exclusive contract where somebody's not putting you on TV.
I understand where people are worried about how much TV time they're getting, but I'm saying you can make a name for yourself if you're a good competitor, whether you're on TV or not. And I don't think
but there's a difference.
When you showed me CZW, that made me think I can like AR Fox, I can like Sami Callihan, I can like Adam Cole, and it doesn't matter if they're on TV or not. I can be a fan of their brand and not give a shit whether or not I see them on TV.
But there's a difference.
I know there's a difference, but I'm saying that should be, as far as, and I know it's not, in their mindset should be. That should be how their mindset is. Just keep doing what you're doing. Fans, you're gonna have fans. You're gonna have a following, and then that will lead into the TV time. And if you're not getting the TV time, I don't know. Like I can't, I can't really give a complete like perfect statement. But I'm saying is that like the competitiveness of both companies and whether or not you're on enough is very minuscule. I think to what the fans care about. It might care to you,
Right. Well, no, you're saying it might care to me. It does. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
I mean,
just,
you if you were a wrestler, not like you.
Oh, I say hell yeah, it would fucking matter to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd want to be on. Your main objective would be on TV.
It would be one of them. Yes.
What's the other one? Bitches.
Bitches.
You did it without regret too. Great job.
Without regret.
Yes, and
No regrets.
You no regrets. Love that jangle boy.
I think you have to have a certain amount of drive for what you want. You can't be passive and sit back.
No, I'm not saying that.
The thing is that money means everything, or TV means everything though.
But I'm saying social media really helps nowadays when it comes to wrestling and indie wrestling.
It does, but it depends on my contract status.
Maybe that's it.
Nope. Here's my opinion.
No, go ahead.
Depends on my contract status. If my contract status is that I am only allowed to wrestle for AEW and they're not putting me on TV, then the only thing I can do is social media. I can't go somewhere else and wrestle and get noticed because I am signed exclusively to AEW. If I'm not an exclusive wrestler to AEW, then yes, my mindset can be I'm going to go wherever, I'm going to do these other shows, and I'm going to make a name for myself and all that. But there are guys who are signed to exclusive contracts. So I could understand why they would be mad when they signed an exclusive contract and they can't go work anywhere else and they're not being used, which means they can't wrestle.
Who signed to an exclusive contract?
I don't know. I know there are guys who are signed to exclusive contracts.
I get what you're saying there. I think in my mindset, if I was a professional wrestler, I wouldn't care too much about TV time. I'm more worried about if the fans actually give a shit about me. You know what I mean? Like if the fans are what drive this business. I think that it's the fans that it's the same with last week how I said another show would be perfect if it wasn't pre-recorded and it wasn't only an hour. The people are going to want more if you give them more. Like, if you don't make these stupid small jobber matches or someone just destroying somebody or doing small gimmicks, like putting the TBS or the FTW title only on Rampage, if you did stuff that would make people, like, best way to put Dynamite-type matches on Rampage and make it longer and make Dynamite or Rampage like Dynamite, the fans are going to come. You know what I mean? It's not going to, because if it started at 8 to 10, wouldn't you watch it if it was like Dynamite on a Friday?
I would be more likely to watch it.
Exactly. I mean, it might not be all like perfect every night, but I think that if you put the work in, it'll work. I mean, I could just say that and it's just a theory, but I think it's pretty simple to go, just put the effort in. I'm pretty sure I said it last week too. I quoted Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Like the fans love the wrestling regardless. If you're giving them shit garbage, then they're not gonna watch it, which is why I think WWE was having a hard time at first or for a while there.
Yeah.
But if you make stuff that people are enjoying, then it's they're gonna come see it. They like wrestling regardless.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I mean, it's easy for me to say that. There's probably, I'm sure, obstacles and issues
that
get in the way. But I'm saying that that's my theory on why I came back to wrestling and why I enjoy it now is because when I look at people like Willow and people that you'd see on indie stuff, or like how Thunder Rosa was for a while, I think right before she got the title, she was doing just indie shows, and you know, people who got fired from like Athena was like that for a while, where she was just doing indie shows and people were still going out and see her because it's still, I loved Ember Moon when she was on NXT. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's that the fans still are going to love you regardless. Especially, I think it's perfect for women now because you have girls out there, little girls who are like, I love this wrestler. I could be like just like her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be like Kane back in the day, and it's just that thing of like, people have the passion for wrestling, and they'll watch it if you give them stuff and don't make them feel like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's where we're having this really weird argument
Mm-hmm.
where you're arguing about the fans and I'm arguing that it's an ultra competitive environment, and
Yeah.
because of that, there are, no matter where you go, there are going to be people who are disgruntled with their position.
Yes.
And they're
I
not
think,
wrong for being
no,
disgruntled with their
think
position.
I think that's where we're getting at. Where I'm having that you're saying that, and I'm saying I hate that people are like that way. You know what I mean? I hate that people are like that, and it's not that thing of like
Yeah, I mean, well, it also has nothing to do with
I'm not gonna
So-
walk over and
so I'm
slap you on the
saying-
wrist and go stop it.
right.
But, you know
well,
what I mean?
so like that's like the other thing, right? Like I'm saying it's a hyper competitive environment. It is. Every business is. It is the same thing in any business. You go to any business, you're going to find somebody who's disgruntled because of how they're being used in that business or the position they are in that business.
Yeah.
I have been that person. I've left jobs because I've been disgruntled with my
Yeah,
position
and I
within the
have
company.
too. Yeah, I get you.
So, I mean, there's not. I was just stating that there's nothing wrong with that, and that being disgruntled with your position doesn't mean that you're super angry with the company. It doesn't mean that you're going to go out and bash the company as soon as you're done.
You don't want to leave the company and then get big and swole with anger.
Yes.
I
Exactly.
did a funny.
Exactly.
I referenced somebody who, by the way, is going to be at the convention. That I'm
And then
going to in
Tony,
December.
and then TK
TK
did
fucked
a
up.
fucking terrible.
Yeah,
He
don't
needs
retaliate
to
that.
stop
Did you hear that though?
tweeting.
Big Swole's going to be there at the convention I'm going to.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. Along
Interesting.
with Chris Statlander's boyfriend, who I desperately hope is a sign that she's going to be there too.
You never know.
The
Should we?
People are hitting up your phone,
No,
dog.
that was you, bro.
No. Oh, it might have been.
It wasn't. I'm looking at my phone right now. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was me. All right. Well, this is just a
Sure.
kind of small thing that we're going to do, I guess, for this week because this week has got a lot of shit going on. And
Yep. Because the pay-per-view is tonight, and I don't have time to record tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the weekend. We should enjoy ourselves. We gave you something, God damn it.
Yeah, I
We
don't
gave
like
an-
that weekend.
We gave a nice philosophical conversation about whether TV time and disgruntled competitive people are important or if the
Yeah.
fans are more important.
So let me finish my thought off with
Go
the
for it.
TV time.
I love
TV
it, by the
time-
way. This is a real deep conversation.
TV time absolutely matters because the more TV time you have, it means the more fans you get in front of because not everybody is going to follow you on social media. You get in front of more fans,
That's true.
which means you have a significantly higher chance of moving merchandise, which is money in your pocket. And if you're on TV, you have a significantly higher chance of getting paid more and being noticed more and getting other deals and stuff, which means money in your pocket.
I guess.
Professional wrestling is not a profession that most people are able to be in for their entire life. Most people are not. It's the same thing with like professional athletes, right?
Yeah.
Like people are like, okay, why do football players make so much money? Well, because most football players' careers are done by the time they're 45, and they need to essentially they are making enough money that they can live out the rest of their life without having to pick up another job. Is it
Unless-
fair? But no, not necessarily.
Unless
but
they shoot someone in a nightclub.
correct. Who are you referencing?
There's been plenty of situations where a football player or basketball player has shot someone in a nightclub
Oh,
or
okay.
been shot in a nightclub.
Okay. So
Or
so
beat
there's
their wife or something.
so there's a thing about so there's an you're terrible.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just keep
No,
going.
go.
So there's something to be said about wanting to have as much TV time as you can, so you can make as much money as you can. So when your body inevitably gives out
Yeah.
and you can't do it anymore,
You still got something.
you don't have to go to work.
Yeah.
You don't have to go find a normal job.
Yeah.
That's
if I
why
if I wanted to meet the Blue Meanie, I'd order a pizza.
right. Exactly.
Um,
That's why TV time matters
I
and should
understand what
matter
you're saying.
to professional. Like if I was a professional wrestler, TV time would matter to me.
See, that's the thing where I guess I don't care too much about the money. I think the passion of wrestling is what I really enjoy.
Right, but then I do want to ask. So you do that. Are you okay with saying that you went and you wrestled for AEW? You really didn't do too much. You were signed for maybe, let's say, like 8-9 years. You didn't really do too much, and then it's done. You didn't have a lot of TV time, so you didn't make enough money to live the rest of your life. So maybe 2 years after you retire, you have to go work at Wawa for the rest of your life.
Couldn't I go to like Impact or the NWA?
Yeah, the NWA.
Or ML. What's the other one? MLW.
Well, see, you're also less likely to get picked up by other promotions if you don't have a
Yeah.
name for yourself.
No, I get what you're saying.
Or let's say you make it. Let's say you wrestle till you're 40. Your body gives out. You can't do it anymore. Like most people, if you haven't made enough money, dude, you're gonna go be working at Wawa or something.
No, I know
at
what you're
40.
saying. I know what you're saying, but I think what I love the most about wrestling right now is the fans and the like. When AEW was introduced to me, I'm like, fuck the mainstream audience. I don't give a fuck if people understand the mainstream concept of wrestling. I think the people who were there at the fucking ballrooms and all that shit, those are the people who really love wrestling and all that. I think the fans are one of the biggest important parts of wrestling, and it's almost very like hipsterish kind of way of thinking, where I'm like, I love the community of wrestling as a whole, and I'm not too worried about like what you see on TV. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I understand.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you from a fan's perspective.
You're saying yes, the fans are great.
I was talking
but
from
this is important to make it in.
Correct.
I get you.
Well, that's why I was saying, like, you were talking from a fan's perspective,
Yeah.
and as a fan, I was talking from a wrestler's perspective because they are ultimately a business upon themselves.
I just feel like that kind of shit kind of ruins. Like that kind of like the super competitiveness will ruin companies. You know what I mean?
It can.
Like look at WCW. They were so worried about who did what and who.
It can.
Yeah. That's what I worry about. I think that's why I have an issue with it.
Right, and so that's the thing you have to say, right? You have to say the ultra competitiveness of it can ruin a company. It can also make a company 100 times better.
Yeah.
Like
I get you.
Like Apple and Google and all those places. Like, yeah, those guys are in there are hyper competitive, and that's what makes those companies continue to do, or Tesla continue to do these like amazing things, because there are guys who are like, I'm gonna do this, and
I get you.
Yeah.
I do love the fact that you cut in midway during your whole thing and said, "Who are you referencing?" Because I was just making fun of sports stars. They do a lot of fucked up dumb shit.
Well, the way you said it sounded like you were referencing someone in particular.
Well, I don't know an exact sports star, but someone, they either shot up a nightclub and got suspended or fired from the team.
Well, that's what when you said it was like you were like, yeah, and I was like, he's in my head. I went, he's talking about somebody specifically, and I was like, who the fuck is he talking about?
Anyone in particular, but it happens a lot. I feel like.
No, I agree with you. I thought you were talking about somebody in particular, though.
Or like a sports star who, like, they find out he beats the crap out of his wife or something, and they're like, okay, well, he's off the team.
Like,
there was a wrestler who did that, didn't he?
Wrestler who did that?
Yeah, didn't the wrestler on NXT get accused of that?
Yes, and then he got fired.
Ooh, there you go.
I
And
think
we brought it back around.
I think it was because they had evidence or whatever of it. Like, I think it was. I don't think it was like there's a rumor and we got rid of him. I think there was like some legit shit, and that's why they got rid of him. There was also a time where a wrestler got fired because his wife was abusing him, and Vince. The rumor is that Vince thought that was some weak shit that he was letting his wife beat up on him, so he fired him.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry to pivot, but that fucking Bobby Fish shit is fucked up because we were mid storyline into something, and we're not gonna get that now.
Yeah, it sucks.
Shit.
Unless they can convince him to stay, which I don't think is gonna happen.
Or Hangman joins the.
I mean, it's also
the elite, or not the elite, the undisputed.
Which would be weird. I mean, it's also I don't know. It's
Cole Page and Riley.
Cole Page and Riley.
Anyway, we're gonna go see All Out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to cut this off because it's 7:23.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for us. We will see you guys.
We're gonna go watch All Out.
We're gonna go watch All Out. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well if you're watching it, and if not, then we'll see you guys next week. And what do we always say, Kibbles?
We always say, Kibbles. Do the need. Oh, I thought you. Okay, do the needful.
I don't know what you're doing there. Don't forget to check out the book. What's the book? Do you want to talk about the book again?
Brian Gewirtz.
Yeah.
I don't know
shit,
what
what's
the
it called
title
again?
of it is. It's something like seventh most powerful man in
Yeah.
wrestling or something like that. It's honestly, I finished it. It was a really fucking good book.
So check that out and check out Ringside Collectibles. Well, don't check out Ringside Collectibles. We need to we need to buy ours first, and then you can go on it.
Yeah.
We need to pre-order our shit, and then you can go on there and get
I
whatever
already
you want.
pre-ordered my shit.
Oh,
Let me
fuck.
tell you.
I'm gonna buy mine tomorrow. I'm sure mine won't go out of. I'm not pre-ordering anything. I'm just buying.
Oh, you're fine.
I'll pre-order something eventually. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to.
Do the needful.
All right, thank you. Have a good night, and enjoy all that. Bye. People aren't gonna want to come, but if you're
Right.
making a show on Friday that's gonna be as good as Wednesday, people are gonna show up to both shows and pay that money to see both shows. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? You put in the effort, and people will want to come. You fucking Field of Dreams. Build it, and they will come.
They will.
Build it up, and they will come.